is just fantastic.
Over on Discord, I have a number of tabs for creators I keep my eye on, because if something happens, I find it fascinating, we make a video on it. In the case of who we're talking about today, they have the same tab. It's simply called Keftip, because where there's one, the other will soon follow. It is very, at the moment, symbiotic. How long that lasts is entirely dependent on when Keffels decides to start another rage at somebody, and how soon after that they decide to quit the internet for a while to go do anything else. Can't imagine what. Although I have no doubt you know the quality of a good Heisenberg. There are a couple of reasons we're going to be mentioning both. Again, where there's one, the other follows. But both doing their own thing. It's just complete coincidence that both happen to be trending on Twitter, as you can see here, at the same time. We're going to address why each one was trending, and go through some relevant tweets and videos pertaining to the individual. We'll start with Tipster. We covered him on Sunday, getting absolutely body slammed by Boogie, and he did. There's no denying it, you got done. The more negativity that comes your way, the more you dig your heels in on this, the less chance there is for you, Tipster, to turn around the fortunes of your channel. You can argue now, oh, I just don't care. We both know that's a lie, so don't try and pretend you're anything but desperate. Although I have been reliably informed you're now moving over to Twitch, so you get less chance of being clarted at by Boblacks. Maybe if you haven't burned that bridge, you'd probably have a better chance as well. On Twitter, CMeSlog had tweeted to Tipster, "Hey Tippy, I think your channel is shadow banned because it's not showing up in search even if you filter, as channel might want to look into this. FYI, when I type Tipster into YouTube search bar, it is the first thing I see along with his two most recent videos. One of mine is the fourth one, underneath a Boogie video. So it is possible he is in fact shadow banned, but not from everyone. I don't think it helps though that his handle is Tipster Live. Sorry, Tipster Live. I think if it was just Tipster, that might well help. And I'm still impressed he has Lord of Goth Mummies on his profile, along with Based Memer, which is an ironic one I guess at this point since he's become a meme. Tipster had retweeted this by saying, "I have had several people inform me of this in the past 24 hours. I checked and confirmed that my channel is not showing up in search. I have contacted Team YouTube for assistance." You might have noticed, by the way, that other channels that are getting recommended over Tipster, even though his name is Tipster, would include Type Tips, a much smaller channel everyone should sub to just cause, and some much larger channels than Tipster, because the word tip is in their names, or tips. Maybe you should change your channel name to just the Tips. You are quite fond of that term without the S in it, after all. Tipster then spoke to Team YouTube, and as expected, not much they can do, RIP. Now, I don't generally make it a point to contact Google support, so this is interesting. We get to go through this now. "Hi, my name is Hazel. How are you doing?" "I'm okay, thanks for asking." "That's good to hear. I'm contacting you because my audience has informed me that as of yesterday my channel no longer appears in search results. I checked with an alt account and confirmed this was an issue. Is an issue. What would cause this and how can we fix this? They even tried filtered search to search just for channels and it doesn't show up in search. Reply, thanks for your concern. I understand you're concerned about your channel's search results. These are, by the way, automated at the moment. Reply, yes, my channel just randomly stopped showing up in search results. My audience has been informing me of this since yesterday." Fun fact, I've been having this for years. I've never thought to go to Google support to ask for help about it though. They replied by, first of all, asking if this is his channel. They linked, his channel. He confirms it. By any chance, can you share a screenshot of the search you perform on your end? Screenshots showing the searches for Tipster. I know how important this is to you. No worries, let me check this for you. Just to confirm, are you still connected with me? Because yeah, time lapse. To help you better with this concern, I'll go ahead and check this matter further on my end. Is it okay to place this chat on hold for a few minutes while I look into this? He was on hold for about 8 minutes. Lengthy reply inbound. Please know that like Google search engine, search on YouTube strives to surface the most relevant results according to keyword queries. Channel videos are ranked based on a variety of factors, including how well the title, description and video content match the viewer's query. Beyond that, we look at which videos have driven the most engagement for a query. Search results are not a list of the most viewed videos or channels for a given query. Also, YouTube searches tries to show you the most relevant results. Results can include videos, channels, playlists, live streams. You may not find your channel at the top of the search result if your handle or channel name is commonly used in video titles. You have a common channel name, your YouTube channel is new, your blah 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 blah. Additionally, See what words people use to find your channel and traffic sources in YouTube Analytics. Consider incorporating the most relevant search terms for each of your new videos and your channel. You can add them as titles and descriptions, as long as they're accurate and not excessive. Write robust descriptions. This is all quite basic. You should do this anyway if you want your channel to grow and do well. It's why it took me so long to grow and why we still barely do well. Reply. But this doesn't make sense. Why would my channel show up in search one day but not show up in search the next day? Now I can answer this because they have in their message actually told you. Simply put, people have made videos on you and people are more interested in watching that than watching you right now. You've become a joke. People are more interested in seeing what Boogie had to say to you. People are more interested in me reading tweets about you than you being in your own content. You are a literal lolcow right now. And as that is befitting of you, you are not going to feature your channel as easily as finding videos about you. I've noticed this with Amber Lynn Reid. I've searched for her on YouTube and I get videos on her first. And maybe in there somewhere is one of her videos. Not her channel, videos. And a lot of videos responding to her. You are no different at this point. Maybe a little bit of a weight disparity. Have you been bedbound before? Continuing. Brainstorm new video ideas by looking at search results for popular and less competitive queries. Yes, maybe don't respond to the constant bait, stop digging your heels in on history that you think you should be on the side of, and perhaps be less you. I understand where you're coming from, however, as per careful, this is working as intended. Reply, so my channel just disappears overnight and that's normal? Reply, I truly appreciate your persistence in seeking a different solution. We carefully examined your case and offered the best solution possible, or resolution possible, within our guidelines. Blah blah blah, thanks. Blah blah blah, thanks. As you can see, Tipster didn't really get any help, but actually he did get help. He just doesn't want that kind of help. He wants somebody to flip a switch and just simply do the solution for him. The thing here is, you're entirely to blame for the situation you're in. And right now your channel views are diminishing quite a lot. Like significantly a lot. To the point you are going to struggle to get by with what you're getting. But then you have a job, so it's not a huge issue, really, is it? Your most viewed video in the past few weeks now is actually your video on Boogie, and that didn't do very well either. Although since a lot of your content comes from streaming content, and it always has, this might be where your weakness as a creator, a content creator, comes to light, comes to the forefront, because it doesn't suit you anymore. Streaming does, because you're more organic. Yeah. Anyway, continuing on. Boblax mocked Tipster by saying Tipster rebranded his channel again, because there is a channel called the Tipster channel, or just Tipster channel. It isn't him, just to be clear, this one has 76 subscribers. It definitely isn't him. Josh is joking, alright? The images taken from that chat log were tweeted out by Nick Diorio, who said that Tipster gets annihilated by YouTube representative, called irrelevant, and YouTube refuses to boost his channel in search. Unless he pays for promotion, they shouldn't boost him at all. Boogie sees this and goes, did I body Tipster so bad they shadow banned him? Jessica Pizzle had a good suggestion. Simply change your channel handle to Tipster instead of Tipster Live. That is actually a good idea to start, to be honest. Because the Tipster Live thing does you no favours. You may think it your brand, but you're not live on that channel that much. Well, you certainly haven't for the past 2 weeks anyway. Boblax also tweeted out a couple images from tweets in 2023 of Tipster saying, 2023 has been a rollercoaster year for me. It's been a year of personal growth and self-improvement. Special thanks to, and then includes neon caffeine. The reason for that is because the second image, Boblax's Twitter versus, viewers on Tipster's stream tonight, 40. Viewers on Tipster's bully streams tonight, 3 to 5,000. Neon Caffeine, who got thanked, dub. They'd also replied to this tweet, by the way, with what looks like a dunking chair. I like that. Now, while this is all going on, we should of course now insert Keffels, who has recently been the subject of a video by Willie Mac. It's a good video. Shame you couldn't get Keffels to contribute towards it, to clarify a few things, but apparently he's not enough of a journalist to qualify. Proof of that comes from the following tweets. On the 16th of March, don't ask for any transparency when it comes to her crowdfunded lawsuit. She will block you and then label you a stalker for looking at her Patreon streams, which is the only place she discloses information on it. Totally normal and not defensive behaviour. Accompanying this tweet is an image. Keffels, I'm sorry, but this is really weird behaviour. He subscribed to multiple Patreons I run to make an epic takedown video of me. I blocked him twice and he DM'd me 2 days consecutively to try to get more dirt on me. This just feels creepy. Because Willie Mac had become a patron. YouTubers aren't journalists. They do not abide any code of ethics, and I have no interest in participating in any of this. People can make as many Keffels bad videos as they want, as is their right. But at what point does this just become stalking instead of research? Anyway, I blocked him. I'm not interested in fighting with him or doing drama slop content about it. I am genuinely done with this incredibly toxic sphere of the internet. Is that because you can't bully us off the internet this time like you tried to do with Kiwi Farms? Willie Mac followed this up by saying, I don't understand how Keffels thinks it's unethical for me to reach out to her side of the story before posting my video, especially since what I'm asking for is so easy to prove. 2 days later, she makes it sound like I harassed her for 2 days. In DMs, I sent 2 messages, which is true. Can I ask you some genuine questions about the lawsuit at the CHRT, and we seriously need to talk? That's all he sent. That's what you consider stalking instead of research. And 2 consecutive day DMs. Yes, that is actually true. Yes. Those were very short messages and not indicative of a stalk. But it's nice to see you throw words around to the point they lose all their meaning again. You really are predictable, aren't you, Keffy Poop? Although, when he did put out his video, one of my favourite quotes from you was this.
She got out of rehab, she held a Patreon-only stream saying she was addicted to drugs since she talked to Keemstar. This is before she even determined who she was suing.
Around the end of 2022, I started drinking, which made me spiral. It was around the time that I was in fights with Keemstar.
Yeah, it makes the stream make a lot more sense.
And then, as more and more started happening, I started doing cocaine at the start of 2023. 8 days into a cocaine bender, I found out that the coke that I was doing was cut with meth.
This did its rounds because Keemstar saw this and tweeted, just found out Keffel started doing that because she was fighting with me online. I'm a legend. Many can take this a multitude of ways about how Keffels handled the online space and how it clarted her back for perspectives, views and opinions. We all handle criticism differently. I have taken criticism from Keemstar in the past. I ignored it and carried on because it happens. I didn't think to dig my heels in because I knew damn well the internet is a weapon and it will get me. I'd rather not be got just yet. But you did think yourself above it then, and you certainly did when you were blowing through that GoFundMe money, right? Keemstar retweeted this later by saying, man, some of you really need to get a sense of humour. This individual started doing Heisenberg because they were beefing with me on Twitter.
That's the funniest thing ever. If you're not laughing, something is wrong with you.
Chris the Narc tweeted out 2 pictures, one of Keffels looking like they're about to cry, the second a tweet to Hannah. How is someone making fun of you for struggling with drug addiction drama? I think because it's the online space, and I'm not saying I agree with it, it's because it's you, and because of where the money came from. Keemstar later tweeted out a video titled Dear Keffels.
You know, Keffels, your manipulation tactics are so f***ing bad that you've lost all credibility online and people just see you as a liar. But this manipulation tactic that you've done for the last couple years is every time you're in a drama, every time that you're getting canceled for something, you try in the middle of your drama to talk about Keemstar because so many people hate me. In your mind, you think you're going to manipulate the audience and automatically get support because people don't like me and they're going to forgive you for whatever you've done because you're attacking the big bad Keemstar. How's that working out for you? Is it working out? Is this manipulation tactic working? Because every time you mention my name, all of a sudden I get all kinds of crazy support and love. Looking at, okay, Keffels, Keemstar, I'm gonna support Keemstar. How's this working out for you, bro? How?
Keffels tried to clap back with this by saying 2.6 million followers and this video couldn't even crack 100 likes in 30 minutes. She also had retweeted his I'm a legend tweet by saying this is the saddest shit I've ever read. It's even more sad when this man is almost in his mid-40s and has a child. It's been over a year now since I went to rehab, I'm still clean. It's been a hard path, but I've been able to rebuild relationships by showing I put in the work. My life is a lot better now than it was then. Don't let idiots like this keep you from clean living, it's worth it. I feel like you're the wrong person to speak from a position of authority on that, but I'm glad you're clean at least. I am eternally grateful that the internet has, for the most part, come to its senses and stopped indulging your nonsense, which in turn then went up your nose. I should insert that what Keemstar said about your manipulation tactics in his video was quite right, because you're using very extremes on purpose. It's how you managed to grow. You grew off the back of throwing extreme situations around and making yourself center of attention because the cards were in your hand. You now no longer have as many of those cards as you once had, because you have played your hand too many times. You've shown it far too early. It's why when we're watching someone like Tipster constantly go to bat for you, it makes him look even more pathetic, because it isn't even disingenuous. I'm sure he genuinely means everything he's doing, which in turn just makes him look like a bit of a cuck. Which is hilarious to me to see you on your handle, see you on your profile descriptions, describe yourself as some lover of big boob goth mothers, right? But really you're a sad sack, supporting another sad sack who is just the avatar of manipulation. You kind of both deserve each other and you're both tragic.